Hey, welcome back. This is part 3. My name is Bo Matthews, Senior Vice President Programming here at iHeartMedia. I've got Joe Strecker. He works over here at the radio stations with WKRC.
Hello.
Also have my wife in the studio with us. And we're just, we thought we'd put this podcast together real quick just to, talk about the process of what happens with your wellness center. And Joe's lost over 200 pounds.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. He's my hero. I don't even think I've said this yet, but I am about 43 pounds down since August.
Awesome.
And how much are you? I think you're over 45. I think you are over 45.
I think I'm almost at I'm right around 44.
Collectively,
pounds.
we're almost at 100. Collectively, we're almost at 1/4 of Joe.
Wow.
It's crazy. So, but dude, that is, that's crazy. Since August. And you think like 6 months, not even 6 months. It feels like a long time, but it's really not.
It went
by
so
really,
fast.
really fast. So,
and I think a lot of people think I'm going to have no life. Can't take me off the grid. But
and when
it's
you start,
not like that.
And when you start, I kind of feel like you do have no life because you kind of need to put yourself
but
into that
ease
zone.
Back into life, and they help you with that. Which is fantastic.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about when we started, week 1, what to expect, okay? This was, and by the way, it was so hard to get started because they're so busy over there at your wellness center. You need to call now and not think that, you're going to call now, get in tomorrow, and start on Wednesday.
Right.
It's not that kind of program.
No.
Because
you're making appointments. You're making a commitment.
And plus, it's not, we've talked about in prior ones, it's so catered to you that it's impossible for the program to work that way. I legit... When you make the decision to do this, Joe, I was so ready to go.
Right.
And
we
you pump
thought we
yourself
were going
up.
in the next day.
And pump yourself up, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to be doing this by Friday.
And then,
it's not the case.
It took a few weeks.
Because they have to get you in,
rolling,
and you got to get your blood work, and they're going to...
you need results.
And you're going to sit down with the doctor. You're not sitting down with a...
joke.
This is, right. This is not I'm not clicking next to try and put my weight and measurements in on the website.
That's true.
This is a very different program like that where it's like...
personal and hands-on. You are speaking with humans, which I love, by the way.
Oh, my God. And the people there are so nice.
On many occasions. So there's always someone there if you need help.
So
I love that.
You go through the blood work, you get that back. You finally, they cater the plan. They've told you.
You realize you're going to die.
You're going to die. And if you don't make a change to your life, this isn't just for people that think you're going to die, by the way.
It's for everybody.
This is for everybody.
For everybody.
You're just living healthier, trying to make sure that you're going to change your lifestyle to live a healthier lifestyle. And, dude, I need the bumpers. Like when you're bowling, I need the bumpers to help me stay on track. I'm not the kind of person that can just do it on my own. I need the bumpers a little bit.
Some people just need more structure and more direction, and I think that this is perfect for them.
Yeah.
Because they're there for you.
Right. So, week 1, what to expect. I know I've said it 3 times. A lot of shakes.
Yes.
And I think this is
a lot of meal replacements.
A lot of meal replacements.
Now, I don't know what program they had you on, but Dr. Levitt called mine the critical. I forget the exact word he said, but it was like the critical, the max program.
Yeah.
I was on the crazy, max program. I had to lose a lot of weight fast, so I was only on 1,000 calories.
I think I was close to there. I think I was on the Joe program for the first month or so.
I believe I was too. 5 to 6 meal replacements per day.
And I think the meal replacements were a little more than 200
calories.
calories.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 meal replacements a day.
Right. And we're talking shakes. And the shakes
delicious.
They're good. And there's a bunch of different ones you can choose from.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Joe?
Chocolate.
I'm chocolate too. Tina?
No, I like the apricot.
Pineapple apricot?
Yes. And the strawberry's not bad.
I like the chocolate pudding, personally. I could devour those all day long, and I like the mocha.
Wait till you get to the protein bars. Those are nice and tasty.
So you're doing these, and you're drinking a lot of water, and I think that part of it is really just kind of doing your body a reset,
or shocking it,
and also shocking it into the program. Basically, I mean,
you're doing a whole body cleanse.
You really
easily,
are. Yeah,
easily.
But I don't remember feeling hungry at all.
There was some hunger for me. And the doctor said you're not going to be super hungry. And if you continue to have the shakes every, 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. But I did experience some hunger, but it goes away. Like, after a few days, everything goes away.
But to me, the hunger wasn't like my body needs food. Because, like when I'm at the mall on a Saturday and I've been going all day long and I'm starting to shake because I haven't eaten, it wasn't that kind of hungry like I need food. It was almost like I craved it. Like I really wanted pizza. I really wanted something.
Right.
It was a craving hunger instead of a, oh my God, I feel like my body needs food.
It's not a hunger. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, week one, I think I lost 20-something pounds.
Oh my gosh!
Because I was just losing water weight like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
I mean, he said he told me if I get hungry, because I was only allowed 5 shakes a day.
Mm-hmm. He
said if you get hungry, just drink water.
Right.
So water is a huge appetite suppressant.
Right.
So if you just get hungry, just do a cup of water, 8 ounces.
Right.
And I did that for the first week.
Did you cheat once that first week?
It was.
Joe,
I did not cheat. I did not cheat that first week.
Tell us, be honest.
I lost.
No one's listening.
Yeah, right.
And I was cranky.
Yeah.
And I apologized to my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, I'm going to be cranky. I'm going to be a bear, and I'm going to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Right.
And I apologize in advance. But you just got to bear with me.
I think it took about 3 weeks to get used to that.
Yes, and I think we lost 8 pounds each the first week. And I was.
But then, like the first month,
wow.
I feel like 8. It was like 8. Like every week we were.
Right.
It was coming off.
It
that
was
that
coming
first
off
month is
pretty quick.
amazing.
Yeah, you're losing all your water.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
it was
awesome.
pretty incredible.
And when you just keep losing, you're like, oh, this is amazing. I'm a champion.
It's working. It's working. I didn't think I could do it one more time.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
let's
know
do
if I had
another
it in
week.
me. But yeah, it works.
And as you go through the program, you'll see, you know, that the thing that they weigh you on, the actual scale.
Oh, yeah.
Scale.
It's not the kind of scale you get at Walmart.
No.
Right.
It measures everything.
Right.
It measures your total body mass. How much water weight you're
And
you're
your muscle
retaining.
mass.
Your muscle mass you're retaining, and seeing those progress through the year or 6 months, you can see where this is what has happened. And when you actually get weighed, that is 1 second of one time. So that you just happen to be that day, because every day, I mean, every hour, your body fluctuates all the time.
I agree, and I think that the interesting thing about the scale when you go there is some weeks, you know, because you're going to lose it a lot that first month and a half, but once you're like 2-3 months in, you're going to come to weeks where you lose 2 pounds or 1 pound, or maybe put
half a pound.
or hey, maybe put a pound back when it comes to weight. But then they're the first to say, whoa, don't overreact, because that was the most, like,
I think
I'm
we're
like,
harder on ourselves.
Yeah,
than
and
anything.
I'm over there going, you mean to tell me I've been eating shakes all week long and not pizza, and I gained a pound?
But then
what?
the next
and then
week, it reflects.
Right, but then they're also saying, whoa, slow down.
But look at
this.
your mass.
Your muscle weighs more than the fat, and you actually put on this much in muscle where your fat stayed here. So you actually had a great week, you know, and it's because of that scale and other things that they're looking at, because weight loss is not always the final key.
And I think, Joe, what you said, when you get that reading on your weekly, like, I will take that and I will compare from the week prior.
Yeah.
And I love doing that.
Yes.
But sometimes it doesn't reflect a whole lot. So I go back to the month prior when I meet with Brandy and I look at that comparison, whoa, or go back to the beginning, and then you see the real growth, and I then feel like, okay, it's working.
Exactly.
It's working.
So there is accountability. Every week you're going in there and you're checking in and basically doing your weigh-in.
And any time, and that's like, you don't have to schedule that.
You can just pop in.
in.
And I love that they're just so nice there, and they know your name when you roll in, and it's like,
very
hey, how you doing?
personal.
Come on in, come on,
You get your replacements.
Yeah, right. And you get your shakes, whichever ones you want to buy, and you knock that out. And then the first month meeting, then every month you go and you meet with Brandy, who is like,
right.
What would you? She's not really a dietitian.
She's a doctor, like Dr. Lovett.
Yeah.
Dr. Lovett's the main guy, and he's got a ton of stuff. I mean, he's not just a dietitian. I mean, he's got a regular. I mean, he's a surgeon in the emergency room.
Right.
So she's like taking the reins. He does the initial consult. He gets you on the program, and then Brandy takes over, and she kind of, every month she morphs your program into how you're doing and how do you get to what goals you have to do. Yeah. Every month she may change. Okay, maybe it's only 3 shakes because they don't want you just drinking shakes the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah, and I do remember like the first month, well, how long am I going to be drinking shakes for? I mean, am I ever going to eat
Dr. Lovett was
again?
like, I take everything away. Brandy starts giving you stuff back.
Exactly. Yes. Now, I drank shakes for 6 months.
Right. Wow.
So solid month, we drank only shakes.
Only shakes.
But by week 4 or 5,
they were like, hey, look, you can start incorporating vegetables.
Yes. So it was,
I wasn't that lucky.
On the weekends for dinner, you can have these certain veggies. And I loved that because you can mix them in with some of the soup.
That veggie that you eat after a month of not eating shakes are the best thing ever.
Oh, delicious. I know. That first cup of sugar-free Jell-O was the greatest cup of sugar-free Jell-O. After 6 months, I'm not kidding. I was on it from January till July. And in July was when they said, okay, you can have Jell-O now.
Yeah.
It was like, how many?
What?
1 cup a day.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, take away your dinner, take away your dinner shake, Jell-O.
Right.
And you know what? I mean, you guys tell me, like, I had my appointment yesterday, and Brandy said, for a snack now, you can have some vegetables with hummus. And I was like,
wow, look at me.
And I love hummus. But even then, I was excited about it, but not like crazy, like, and she didn't need to tell me how much I needed to have. Like, I know, like, obviously I'm not going to eat the whole container of hummus.
Right.
Like, your brain is different. I don't know. It just is in control, and it's not
and I don't
obsessive over food.
Totally. And let me just tell you, look, Joe was an extreme circumstance.
Yes.
Joe needed to be on the shakes for a long time. We were on the shakes for 30 days. And then after that, we were on the vegetables. And then 1 month later, we're on to proteins with, like, I'm eating steak and chicken and fish after that. So you're easing food back in. So I don't want people to hear this and say,
oh my gosh,
well, of course you're losing weight. All you drink is shakes all day long. It's like, no. That's an initial thing. It's kind of doing a body reset. But believe it, pretty quick, you're back into incorporating regular food. They want to introduce that.
The food
but the food that they introduce in is going to be healthier choices because they're basically setting you up for your life, and setting you up to eat healthier with what your body can handle. And you continue to take supplements and other things to make sure that all those switches that we talked about in an earlier segment are still on, because you're going to make sure that your thyroid is kicking, and you're going to make sure that your metabolism is totally maximized to the levels that it can to continue to break down everything that you're putting into your body.
And I think, with the proteins and how much and portion size all goes with it. And that's the lifestyle stuff.
Yeah.
The piece of chicken. Okay. Yeah. You need to eat 4 or 5 ounces, 6 ounces, depending on your size and your weight and everything. But, you're not eating a huge chunk of meat.
And I think that when you're a month in, 2-3 months in, you know what your motivation is? The results at this point. Because you've just freaking took off 20 pounds, 30 pounds already. And you're like, and people are noticing, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm just actually now just kind of eating healthier. I'm just kind of, and plus, here's the deal. When I'm working during the day, I like the shakes. They're easy. They're convenient. They're fast. I'm not hungry through the day.
They're really good for you.
I'm saving money, actually,
That's
because
true,
I'm not
too.
always rolling out to grab something to eat.
It's very true.
I have way more energy because those shakes have a ton of stuff that I kind of need in my body to continue to to be me. So I'm good with it now. I really am. So I don't want people to think, oh, of course you're losing weight, but you're not eating anything at all. It's like, no, I'm actually eating everything now that I really want to eat.
A month in, introduced the vegetables and then the proteins, and I get to have a little bit of hummus.
Yeah.
And next month it's a fruit.
Yeah.
I'm winning.
We're going to take a break. We have one more segment left, and then in that segment we're going to talk about, okay, look, we're months in. We've already kind of touched on that a little bit. We're going to talk about working out because it's going to be a part of it, and I'll tell you about. I just started doing that, actually. I know, Joe, you did it from the jump. I'm trying to catch up to you. I want to talk about testosterone stuff that I'm doing. Meeting with Brandy, we kind of talked about that, and I also want to talk about that contest that we're doing as well. So hang on, we'll be right back.